else if you were like Disney. This ain't Disney. This is real life. All right. So you would want to cast a blonde, a beautiful blonde, a tan blonde, et cetera, and so on and so forth, right? Well, Sophie Cunningham has broken the internet in multiple ways over the last day. And number one, let's just start here because, I mean, my goodness, a couple of things have come out. Number one, how about her podcast? She's already got.
Sophie Cunningham has caused a massive online sensation through several developments that occurred recently. The Phoenix Mercury player has generated enormous buzz across multiple platforms, creating waves throughout social media and sports commentary circles. During recent events leading up to a matchup against the Chicago Sky, this striking athlete made headlines in ways that captured widespread attention. When considering someone to portray the iconic doll character in real life, Cunningham would undoubtedly be among the top candidates due to her distinctive appearance and characteristics. If casting directors were seeking authenticity for such a role, they would likely consider someone with her specific physical attributes, fair hair, stunning features, and golden complexion. This represents genuine casting rather than alternative interpretations that major studios might pursue.
Number one, how about her podcast? She's already got 122,000 views in one damn day. And that's just the YouTube side. This podcast, I believe, is on The Volume, which is Colin Cowherd's podcast network. So that's a lot of views. That's a lot of views for a first episode. Here it is. All right. And her channel is.
Cunningham has generated tremendous online buzz through multiple channels recently. Her newly launched podcast has already accumulated an impressive 122,000 viewership numbers within just 24 hours on YouTube alone. The show operates under the Volume Network, which belongs to Colin Cowherd's media empire. Such viewership figures represent exceptional performance for a debut episode. The program goes by the title Show Me Something, which also serves as her channel name. Regarding the Caitlin Clark discussion, Cunningham expressed straightforward opinions that many consider obvious truths.
Here it is. All right. And her channel is called Show Me Something. That's also the name of the podcast. So let's start here. Let's start with the Caitlin Clark thing. Okay. Sophie Cunningham, I think, stated the obvious. And don't worry, we'll get to the Arby's. She stated the obvious yesterday. They were talking about Caitlin Clark, and we keep telling you Caitlin Clark's the face of the league.
During the podcast conversation, she addressed Clark's status within the organization. The discussion revealed Cunningham's frustration with those questioning Clark's prominence within the sport. When asked about alternative candidates for league leadership, she dismissed suggestions about other players, acknowledging the talent throughout the organization while maintaining her position. Her response emphasized that disputing Clark's significance or suggesting the league would achieve current success without her contribution demonstrates foolishness. She used strong language to express this viewpoint, calling such thinking fundamentally flawed. This direct approach earned praise for its honesty and lack of diplomatic cushioning.
We keep telling you Caitlin Clark's the face of the league. Well, Sophie Cunningham also wanted to tell everybody.
And it literally pisses me off when people are like, she's not the face of the league.
Who would be?
What?
Sabrina? No.
No, there's really good, well-known people in our league. I'm not discrediting them. We have a lot of badasses in our league.
Yeah.
Hell yeah to that. I'm all for that. But when people try to argue that she's not the face of our league, or if our league would be where we're at without her, you're dumb as shit.
Cunningham appears to genuinely support Clark, standing out among teammates for her authentic backing of the star player. Many observers note that she seems uniquely positioned as Clark's most reliable supporter among current players, demonstrating genuine loyalty rather than performative solidarity. Recently, Cunningham arrived at the Chicago Sky game wearing attire that immediately went viral across social platforms. Following this attention, she released promotional content including video footage and multiple photographs. Her statement accompanied an Arby's partnership announcement featuring the restaurant chain's signature slogan about having meat products. The compensation details for this collaboration remain undisclosed, but the campaign generated substantial engagement.
Our league, or if our league would be where we're at without her, you're dumb as shit.
Yeah.
You're literally dumb as fuck. And it literally like
No nonsense. Bravo. Bravo with the you're dumb as shit. You're dumb as F. If you think Caitlin Clark is not the face of the league, of course she is. By the way, sometimes I've just got to say it. Sometimes I feel like she's the only player in the entire league that actually and truly has Caitlin Clark.
The promotional material included attractive women promoting the restaurant brand, set to background music that was subsequently muted to avoid potential copyright issues. This marketing campaign broke internet engagement records through several metrics. The official Arby's social media account responded enthusiastically to her content, using casual language to express approval of her promotional message. The response from the corporate account added humor to the situation, with their informal communication style generating additional attention and amusement from observers. Cunningham's partnership with the restaurant chain produced remarkable engagement numbers.
He has Caitlin Clark's back. I'm just keeping it real. Like she's it. Now, I know there's other ones that we think have Caitlin Clark's back, but this one in particular, she seems like the one that truly has her back. All right. So the other day, Sophie came sauntering into the Chicago Sky game wearing a shirt that went viral.
Two specific promotional images generated over 81,000 views combined, demonstrating the campaign's immediate impact. Predictions suggest this collaboration might generate controversy similar to previous marketing campaigns featuring attractive spokespeople, potentially causing negative reactions from certain demographic segments. One particular video accumulated over 830,000 views, representing extraordinary viral success that genuinely qualifies as breaking internet engagement barriers. The campaign's reach continues expanding as content spreads across various platforms. Reports indicate political opposition to the new advertising campaign featuring Cunningham, suggesting the collaboration touched cultural nerve points.
Into the Chicago Sky game wearing a shirt that went viral. Well, here we are. She's now released a little video and some multiple images, and today she put out this statement. I have the meats at Arby's right here. And I have no idea what she got paid for this, but hot girls eat Arby's right here.
Additional promotional content achieved.
I decided to turn that down. I don't know if that's a song that's going to get copyrighted or not. But she put this out. And this entire thing has broken the internet. Number one, let me point something out here. I have the meats. The official's Arby's social media site answered her.
Such suggestions likely upset certain fan segments who prefer other players or different league dynamics. The comparison to iconic doll aesthetics continues generating discussion, with some finding the parallels noteworthy while others express discomfort. The overall phenomenon represents what many describe as Cunningham's complete dominance of current sports and marketing conversations. This period has been characterized as her breakthrough moment in popular culture, extending far beyond athletic performance into mainstream entertainment and commercial success. The combination of athletic talent, marketing savvy, and cultural timing has created unprecedented opportunities for crossover success between sports and entertainment industries.
Some reason in the middle of that. I don't see Caitlin Clark. I know Tracy took 1 year off, but I don't see Caitlin Clark playing till 2036, or 2046, like Tarasi did. Or say 2044. Not gonna, like Caitlin Clark, if she does that, I will be nearly 50 years old when Caitlin Clark retires. And you're going to be seeing a nearly 50-year-old Irish man yet ranting into a microphone. It's bad. It's sad enough when it's in your 30-year-olds. It's going to be pretty bad when it's in your 50-year-olds. But either way, Caitlin Clark and Tarasi are mentality-wise the most similar. Caitlin Clark's the most similar match to Tarasi mentality.
With Diana Taurasi's retirement from professional basketball, the dynamic between her and Caitlin Clark has shifted dramatically. Now that they're no longer direct opponents on the court, observers can see striking similarities between these two players that weren't as apparent during their competitive phase. A controversial viewpoint suggests that Caitlin Clark may not achieve the same level of enduring excellence as Diana Taurasi, primarily because Clark is unlikely to maintain her career until age 42 as Taurasi did. Predictions indicate Clark will compete in the WNBA for approximately 10 to 12 seasons, likely concluding her career before reaching 35 years old. Even if she continues beyond that age, it's expected she'll take at least one season break during her tenure, unlike Taurasi's more consistent presence throughout her extended career.
Clark's the most similar match to Taurasi mentality-wise. Like, everyone's like, oh, Paige is Taurasi's daughter. Man, Taurasi had that dog in her, as we've said. Paige, you can either say Paige doesn't have that dog in her, and if you want to argue that Paige has that dog in her, it's either that dog in her is a golden retriever. No, not a real dog, not a dog. And heck, if you want to say golden retriever might be a little bit too aggressive for Paige. It's one of those little tiny dogs that, you know, those socialites in 2000s used to put in their bag. But yeah.
The longevity comparison becomes more striking when considering that if Clark were to match Taurasi's career length, lasting until 2044, observers would witness nearly 2 decades more of professional basketball evolution. However, this scenario seems improbable given current expectations about modern player career patterns. From a psychological and competitive standpoint, Clark and Taurasi share remarkable similarities in their mental approach to the game. While some compare other players to Taurasi's competitive spirit, these comparisons often fall short. Other prominent players, while talented, may lack the same intense competitive fire that both Taurasi and Clark possess.
Socialites in 2000s used to put in their bag. But yeah. Anyway, this is Taurasi on Caitlin Clark, who obviously they were going to get on. And obviously they were going to be rivals at the start. And obviously Taurasi is freaking Taurasi.
Me and Caitlin are really good friends. We get along really well. We've had some great interactions. I just absolutely love what she does on the court, off the court. When I watch her play and the way she goes about her business, there's this seriousness about it that I love.
Some players demonstrate a gentler approach to competition, more akin to friendly companion animals than fierce competitors. During their active competitive period, the relationship between Taurasi and Clark evolved significantly. Initially, there was clear competitive tension, with Taurasi representing the established guard of WNBA excellence, while Clark emerged as the new generation's standard bearer. Taurasi has since expressed genuine admiration for Clark's abilities and character. She acknowledges their friendship and mutual respect, praising Clark's dedication both during competition and in her professional conduct.
There's this seriousness about it that I love, you know, she's taken this game to new heights, and it's been amazing to watch and follow her, and you know, it's only going to get better for our league and for Caitlin.
And yeah, like that is a big thing, and this is something that I didn't even realize this was there. Like, I saw this tweet. I literally just saw this tweet when I got to my grandparents today. Like, this was always going to happen. This was always going to happen. Like, I think a lot of people...
Taurasi particularly appreciates Clark's serious approach to basketball and recognizes how Clark has elevated the sport's profile to unprecedented levels. She anticipates continued growth benefits for both the league and Clark's individual development. This positive relationship development was somewhat predictable, despite initial perceptions of animosity or resentment. The competitive tension between them was never rooted in personal dislike, but rather in professional rivalry. Taurasi's initial stance seemed focused on establishing that newcomers hadn't surpassed veteran achievements or team capabilities.
To happen. Like, I think a lot of people thought that there was some like hatred or resentment towards Caitlin Clark, and there was competitive, I'm not going to say competitive, like there was competitive resentment, but with Taurasi, it was definitely coming from a place of, you're not better than me, you're not better than us. The Mercury, like, let's be real. Sophie Cunningham's talking about how players were trying to physically, like, you know, rough up Caitlin Clark. Well, yeah, the Mercury did it more than anyone. The Mercury did it more.
Physical play against Clark was notably intense, particularly from Phoenix Mercury players. This physicality was strategic rather than malicious, representing standard competitive tactics employed against standout opponents. Sophie Cunningham's aggressive defensive approach against Clark exemplified this team's strategy. The transformation in their relationship became evident through their pre-game interactions and public...
More than anyone. The Mercury did it more than anyone. Sophie Cunningham, that was her job, was to be physical with Caitlin Clark. Like, there's a difference when it's on the court. And the one thing is, like, regardless of whether people like or dislike Taurasi with some of the stuff, the whole reality is coming and the way she was in interviews before they played the first time. Like, everybody knew, win or lose that game against Phoenix, just the way Diana Taurasi and Brittany Griner went out of their way. And like,
this behavior earned lasting admiration from basketball observers, regardless of other controversies or opinions about individual players. However, some incidents during Clark's rookie season created lasting negative impressions. Certain players made unsubstantiated accusations about fan behavior during games, particularly regarding alleged inappropriate crowd conduct at Chicago Sky versus Indiana Fever matchups. These accusations, made without evidence against thousands of attendees, damaged some players' reputations among fans and analysts. Despite these controversies, Taurasi's status as an elite competitor and all-time great remains unquestioned.
the way Diana Taurasi and Brittany Griner went out of their way. And like, that's the reason why it's like, regardless of what anyone wants to say about Brittany Griner, like, I will always have, for that, I will always have respect for Brittany Griner. I'll always have respect for Taurasi. I'll always have respect. I think, Tash Cloud's done some bullshit. She's done some bullshit since then. And like, it's not even about, it's like just on a human level. I think any of the players that accused the 18,000 fans at the Indiana Fever Chicago Sky game at the start of the year making monkey noises, like, I think any players that went...
The eventual positive relationship between Taurasi and Clark highlights their fundamental similarities as players. The comparison between these athletes reveals interesting patterns in how basketball fans evaluate similar behaviors. Actions praised when performed by veteran players sometimes receive criticism when executed by newer stars. This double standard reflects broader discussions about WNBA culture and fan expectations. Clark and Taurasi essentially represent different generations of the same basketball archetype.
I think any players that went into full-on accusations towards 18,000 fans who were, by all accounts, did nothing. Who, by all accounts, did absolutely nothing. Yeah, like... No, I think any of the players that were on that bullshit, no, like, maybe my positive thoughts, sentiments towards them are gone. But, no, when it comes to Diana Taurasi, like, Hooper, absolute Hooper, one of the GOATs. And it's good to see, but let's be real, like, Taurasi and Caitlin are the most similar.
Their playing styles, competitive intensity, and court presence share remarkable parallels, making Taurasi's eventual endorsement of Clark particularly meaningful. The initial hostility toward Clark wasn't primarily Taurasi's creation, but rather emerged from league-wide competitive dynamics. Every established player wanted to test Clark's abilities and resolve during her first professional season. Veterans initially provided minimal guidance or support, creating an atmosphere where Clark had to prove herself through performance rather than relationship. The turning point in Clark's acceptance came after her confrontation with Taurasi and following the All-Star break.